Welcome to the Explainer. Sometimes the biggest business lessons aren't in some dense Harvard study. Sometimes they're hidden in plain sight, like on this simple one-page document from a local plumbing company. Seriously, we're going to break down how a tiny $19 a month plan can completely change a business.
Okay, let's just imagine this for a second. Your phone rings. It's a total emergency, right? You swoop in, you fix the problem, you're the hero of the day. But then, crickets. Will that customer ever call you again? That silence, that's not just quiet, it's the sound of unpredictable revenue. And that's a huge problem.
And that right there brings us to the core challenge we're talking about today, the one-time customer problem. So what is a one-time customer? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like, the classic one and done. Their pipe bursts, you fix it, and poof, they vanish. I mean, how are you supposed to forecast your income, let alone grow your business when your entire customer base is basically a revolving door? It's just about impossible to build a stable foundation that way.
So how do you actually fix this, right? Well, this document from a company called Rivertown Plumbing, it lays out a brilliant solution. They didn't just go out looking for more one-off customers. Nope. They built what I'm calling a retention engine. Let's see how they did it.
So what was the goal? It's really important to get this straight. The goal here is not just about making one more sale. The whole strategy is to completely re-engineer the customer relationship. They wanted to move from that one-off, transactional, hello, goodbye, to a real long-term partnership. And here's the solution. It's so elegant, so simple. The Rivertown Home Care Plan. It's basically a subscription offer, and its only job really is to keep customers connected to the business long after that initial emergency is just a distant memory. Okay, so what's actually in this plan? What makes it tick? Let's peel back the layers and look at the anatomy of the offer, because you have to see what makes it so compelling, especially for someone who, just went through a super stressful home emergency. All right, take a look at what members get. The genius here truly is the mix of benefits. You've got proactive care, things like an annual inspection, a water heater tune-up, stuff that helps prevent problems in the first place. But you also get those reactive emergency benefits, the real lifesavers, like priority scheduling and discounts when, things inevitably go wrong again. But let's pause for a second. I want to focus on what I think is the single most powerful emotional benefit on that list: priority scheduling. This isn't just about logistics, right? It's about how it makes the customer feel. And this quote just nails it. Jump the line when something breaks. I mean, think about it. The last time you had a water leak or your AC died, what did you want more than anything? You wanted to be first in line. So what you're selling here isn't just a plumbing service. You're selling VIP status during a crisis. You're selling peace of mind, plain and simple. This whole plan is just so well put together because it appeals to both sides of your brain, right? Your heart and your head. The inspections give you that warm, fuzzy feeling of security. That's the peace of mind. And then the discounts and waived fees, that's the cold, hard, logical reason to stick around. It just makes financial sense. Of course, a great offer is totally useless if the price is wrong. I mean, it has to feel like an absolute no-brainer. So let's dive into the psychology of the price and see how they actually engineered it to be an easy yes. So they give you two simple options, but the psychology here is super clever. That annual price, the $199, that acts as an anchor. It immediately frames the value and it just screams, hey, look at the savings. It makes the yearly plan look like the obvious best deal. But the real magic is in that monthly number. $19. Come on, that doesn't feel like some big, scary home maintenance expense. It feels like your Netflix subscription. It feels like Spotify. It completely reframes the cost from a major commitment into a small, easy, familiar subscription you barely even notice. And don't miss that last little detail. Cancel anytime after 3 months. Oh, that is so key. It just crushes the customer's perceived risk. It's not some scary, long-term contract you're locked into forever. Nope. It's a flexible plan you can just try out. This removes almost all the friction to just saying, yeah, okay, sure, let's do it. Okay, so you've got a killer offer, you've got a great price. But how do you get a stressed-out customer, maybe with water on their floor, to say yes right then and there? It all comes down to the perfect 30-second conversion pitch. And this is it. This is the exact script their team uses. Listen to this. Wow. Notice how it starts with the timing, immediately hits those key benefits, and then makes that powerful value claim. It's short, It's friendly, and it's absolutely packed with psychological triggers. So let's break that down. Why does this pitch work so well? Well, it's basically for 3 reasons. 1, the timing is perfect. Saying, since you're already having us out, makes it feel like a simple, logical add-on, not a whole new decision. 2, it leads with the heavy hitters, the most compelling value points. And 3, my favorite part, it completely neutralizes the cost objection before the customer can even think it by promising it pays for itself. Brilliant. So when we put it all together, the offer, the price, the pitch, what's the real masterclass here? What's the big takeaway from this one little document? Can this really make a customer for life? Look, at the end of the day, this isn't really just about plumbing, is it? This is a universal blueprint that could work for almost any service business. It's all about building a system that gives your customers a powerful, built-in reason to stay with you. It's about transforming those unpredictable one-off jobs into a steady, reliable, recurring revenue stream. And that leaves us with one final thought, something for you to chew on after this explainer. It doesn't matter if you're a graphic designer, a dog walker, or you run a coffee shop. How could you apply this model? What's that one small, simple, low-cost subscription you could create that delivers so much value that your customers would never even think of calling anyone else? That's the million-dollar question.